Alright, so you swing in, you Karametras here, and then you just Justice Strike to finish it out. No. Trying to say good game to somebody, you can't even say good game to him. Yes. Boop. There we go. We also had another Justice Strike, so if that wasn't enough damage, we had 5 more damage right here. What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're taking a look at a Gideon's Capridor deck, and this is kind of a deck I've played before. The Stormwild Capridor, Truefire Captain, Haktos. The combination of those plus, Storm's Wrath and Solar Blaze, Deafening Clarion. I've played all of that before because I knew, hey, Stormwild Capridor taking damage alongside things like Truefire Captain that can help edge you into victory, and Haktos, who is, well, very hard to block and kill, kind of makes Stormwild Capridor almost playable in standard ranked, right? I say almost because there's like these few decks here and there that really kind of shit on this deck. But one that you do really well against actually is Cycling, because, well, their biggest payoff is Zenith Flare, and as long as you can get your bird goat thing up big enough, and then you give it something like Deafening Clarion, which gives it lifelink, you're gonna be all right, because the Zenith Flare isn't gonna be able to take out your Capridor. And anyways. On to what we're actually playing today, as I kind of kicked it off to a little weird start. So why did I choose to revisit this card? Why do I think that this deck is worth a rework, I guess? So last time I played it, I forgot about one specific card that I really think makes this deck a lot more spicy, and that's Gideon's Sacrifice. So first off, it's a very cheap card. It's only a common, and it's only 1 mana, so, it's cheap in 2 regards. Secondly, it's an instant speed spell, so you can do this on your opponent's turn, and again, it's only 1 mana, so it's very cheap to do it on your opponent's turn. But why do I say that this is a good card? Why do I say that you should play this in this deck? Well, we're going to read through it real quick and I'll explain. So, Gideon's Sacrifice is going to allow you to choose a creature or planeswalker you control. You're going to be choosing the bird goat, the Stormwild Capridor, whatever you want to call it. All damage that would be dealt this turn to you and permanents you control is dealt to the chosen permanent instead if it's still on the battlefield. So, what you're going to do is you're going to, build up your board state, have creatures down, whatever. Then you're going to Deafening Clarion, Storm's Wrath, Solar Blaze, and this works as well on your Truefire Captain because, well, if she takes 20 points of damage, then so does your opponent, so keep that in mind as well. Anyways, you're going to get in Sacrifice, you're going to select your Capridor, and then you're going to board wipe everything, or, deal 3 damage to everything. So everything will basically deal that damage to your Stormwild, and then it has this potential to just get really big really fast. And especially if you use Deafening Clarion, which can also give it lifelink, it becomes this insane huge creature with flying and lifelink, and it's just crazy. Now, as for the rest of the deck, I'm trying to make this deck more consistent in actually hitting the Stormwild and actually being able to defeat your foe and being able to, outlast those aggro matchups. So, by all means, if you have any suggestions on this deck, leave it down in the comments. I don't know, I've been leaving that for the end of the video, but I'm very curious to see what people think about Stormwild and how you can make it more efficient. I've chosen to go with Alseid of Life's Bounty, so that way, if your opponent does have a flying creature, you can target your Stormwild Capridor, give it protection from, X creature, or same with Truefire and Haktos, give it protection from whatever, and just sort of let it swing in, do its normal job of being a creature. Aside from that, we do have 3 copies of Sentinel's Eyes as well. You give Vigilance to a Haktos, it's great. You give Vigilance to a Truefire Captain, again, it's great because it's able to swing in and defend and all that great stuff. And last but not least, well, Vigilance on a big old Stormwild Capridor is just fantastic. Furthermore, it allows us, I guess I should say it allows us to play Karametra's Blessing, which, even as a base, +2/+2 instant speed on some of your creatures, it's fantastic, right? Because it allows you to get down your Truefire Captain, Karametra's Blessing it, and then you can actually Storm's Wrath and not have to worry about losing your Truefire Captain. Same with Deafening Clarion, or, most of that stuff. Now, Solar Blaze doesn't work the same unless you're giving your creature indestructible, so please remember that. You can't just Solar Blaze your Truefire Captain and then expect to Karametra's Blessing it and everything be okay. Of course, we are still running the Justice Strikes and the Solar Blazes because obviously once you get your Stormwild up and going, hitting it with those things just literally doubles its power, so, why not? Anyways, that's going to pretty much do it for the tech or deck breakdown. Now we're going to go and hop right into our matches. Marziko, going to be our first foe with Gideon's Capridor. We'll see how it plays out. Opponent gets to go first, and we only have 2 mana. Don't know that I want to keep it. Alright. A little bit more mana, but a little bit Stranger Things. I want the Justice Strike and the Deafening with the Capridor, but I guess Truefire isn't bad either. Haktos is always a nice card to have. Alright, our opponent's playing Birth of Melitus or Zov cards so far. I don't think we're worried too much about the Justice Strike, like having mana for it on curve. Sentinel's Oz is great with the Truefire and with the Haktos, both. It's great with Truefire because it means we can Deafening Clarion the Truefire and not have that blowback of killing our Truefire. It's great with Haktos because, well, it basically means that it has Vigilance, so it can defend as well as swing in. So, you know, good things all around. But for the time being, nothing to do here. Our opponent has 2 Birth of Melitus. Meliti? I don't know what Melitus plural would be. Probably Meliti. Anyways, Altar of the Pantheon. Oh my goodness. We're about to see some fun stuff. I'll guarantee everybody that. Alright, so back to my turn. Alright, so do I want the Haktos or do I want the Truefire Captain? I guess that's the question. If I Deafening Clarion, it doesn't kill their walls anyways, but Truefire Captain can get through their walls. I think I'll go for the Haktos and hope, you know, it's a little bit harder to remove. So we'll just hope they don't have 2 mana removal. So far, so good. Now, do I want to go ahead and throw Sentinel's Eyes on the Haktos? That's a great question. Alrighty, and I think we are getting down the Truefire Captain and leaving Man if the God's willing. I know we could have equipped the Sentinel's Eyes, but if God's willing will allow us to keep one of our units alive, then I say, hey, why not? Alright, back to my turn. Another Haktos. Well, we don't necessarily need that quite yet. I will throw a Sentinel's Eyes onto the Truefire Captain, so if I want a Deafening Clarion, I can. See, if I Deafening and give lifelink to my creatures, we're at least gaining up to 31, but we don't necessarily need it right now at the time being either, so. And we do have to remember, alright, so we're going to swing in. I have an idea. We're going to swing in, Truefire and all that. They're going to create a Dawn of Hope token. Yeah. Alright, Deafening Clarion plus Justice Strike on our Truefire Captain deals 8 damage to our opponents. Now, I'm not going to do it this turn, but it is something to keep in mind. Alright, back to my turn. Solar Blaze. Ooh. Alright. Do I even swing in with the Truefire Captain then? No? They're trying to find a way to block it. Final payment. Oh. Oh, we can't do this. We could Justice Strike our own Haktos, but that's not gonna end well for us. All right, cool. We'll give them a nice on that one. That was a nice. So we can't Deafening Clarion and then Justice Strike our Truefire Captain. It won't be lethal, but we can get down another Haktos, and well, you can never have too many Haktos, right? So it hit 2 again, so they're gonna have to have another final payment. Interesting. Very interesting. Marzico. Extending their life by that much more. Ooh, they didn't draw this time. Fantastic. I mean, yeah, we get rid of it, right? Because if you deal damage to my Truefire, well, guess what? Buddy Buster. Damage comes back to you. So they essentially don't get any life there. I mean, they gain life for the sake of Dawn of Hope, right? But they don't gain life for the sake of being further away from death. So, happy about that one. Alright, I think we got this game in the bag, ladies and gentlefish. Beautiful. Alright, let's do it. Deafening Clarion, 3 damage, done. Right there. And a little Justice Strike. Yes, I'm sure. Are you sure? Don't you question me. Marzico, they saw what we were doing. They scooped it out. Awesome. Game 1, Gideon's Capridor. Dr. Furman. I like the name. I am going to keep this. Gideon's Sacrifice. This is the point of retrying out this Capridor deck, right? So I can try out Gideon's Sacrifice onto the Capridor. Is it going to be worth it? I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I'm very, very curious about it. I mean, it also... Does it work for Haktos? No, I guess it'd have to specifically have one, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to target it with Gideon's Sacrifice. And then if it does have one, then of course it would take all the damage. So you probably don't want to Gideon's Sacrifice your Haktos. Alright, so we'll resolve. Back to my turn. Good old Justice Strike. Of course we swing in. We don't care too much about that trade if it happens. We could Deafening Clarion here to get rid of their Paradise Druid. I think we're fine leaving it. If they want to ramp a little bit. I see they got a Garuda. Don't get me wrong. I see that. I know what they're going for. Doctor. Or D Furman. It's not even Doctor. It's just D. I saw the D in the period and I assumed, and now I'm just making an ass out of myself. Well, we can Justice Strike their Fiend Artisan if we want. Not gonna lie, I prefer to save Justice Strike for my own Capridor, but I guess I can let it slide this once. So, let's Justice Strike that Fiend Artisan. Get it out of here. Get out of town. Sorry, there's something Eva says a whole lot. She always says, get out of town. She's a goof. Love her. Love her to death, but she's a goof. Alright, let's get down Haktos. What do you select? You select 4. Well, how convenient, because our opponent does have 4 mana. You don't like to see that, but then again you think, and you're like, well, how many 4 mana removals? How many people run 4 mana removals, you know? That's like eat to extinction, alright? Of course, I guess, since they are playing Garuda deck, they definitely have 4 mana cards in their deck. So, hitting an odd number, 1 or 3, would have been miles better than hitting an even number, but that's okay. I'm not gonna fret about it. I'm not gonna worry. Another cool thing with Gideon's Sacrifice is the Truefire Captain, right? You could, like, theoretically, of course, theoretically, Deafening Clarion the entire board, and then you Gideon's Sacrifice, so you take all that Deafening Clarion damage onto your Truefire, which is, it's nice. I am going to go ahead and shock that land in, so in case they go for a board wipe or something along those lines, we can Gideon's Sacrifice. Although their board wipes, I guess, wouldn't be the damage dealing kind, right? Anyways, we're going to swing in with a Haktos, get them down to 11. If I Deafening Clarion, if I go for that combo right now, it would only deal 9, heads up. So come next turn, I can, of course, swing in with a Well, hell, never mind. They just gave it to me right there. So they got to have it this turn then. They got to have whatever they need, right? They didn't find it from them, and I only have a Capridor, so looks like lonely little Garuda didn't strike anything, right? They didn't hit anything. Oh, they hit a all right, they hit a Truefire, but I still think we got him, right? I guess let's see. I don't know if that's even worth it. All right, so we do this. Oh wait, this is instant speed. You when when you don't full control something and so you just left there awkwardly. Anyways, we still get to win based off the Haktos is back, but that would have been really awkward if we didn't have Haktos. So make sure you go full control there, kids. We have the Stormwild, we have the Gideon Sacrifice. By the way, we're up against P.O. I'm gonna call you Pa. How about that? But we got the Gideon Sacrifice, we got the Stormwild, so I am happy about those two things. Yeah, full control, full control, full control. God. Opponent's playing Lordless Mono Red. I'm ashamed, honestly. It's not that I hate you. It's just that I'm ashamed, okay? I'm just kidding. Obviously a light joke. I don't care what people play to climb in ranked. Whatever you play is on you, you know? And I was wrong, actually. They're playing cycling, so... Shut up, Chance. You don't know what you're talking about. Bum bum bum. Stormwild Capridor. Fuck yeah. It is nice to have the Stormwild Capridor down, I gotta say. It's one of those things that you never hate to see. Now obviously their Draenei Stingers and the Zenith Flares are still going to be a complete pain in the ass. But when you draw into something like a Deafening, you just get so happy. Now unfortunately Gideon Sacrifice won't do anything, right? Like, because we're already taking the 3 damage, so it's not gonna do anything extra. I could try to get down another Stormwild before I go for the Deafening, right? If I want to play it a little bit edgy. I don't condone this, ladies and gentlemen. I certainly don't. Another land? I don't want another land. You can't make me. No attacks. And you may say I'm crazy. You may call me a fool. I am a fool. I didn't play my fucking creature. I'm gonna reserve this 3 mana, but I'm not gonna use it. You know, we all make mistakes. Some of us just make mistakes that are a little bit larger than others. Oh man, that's okay. You know what I realized in this past, I don't know how long it's been, to be completely honest with you. Couldn't have been too long. I think it was like maybe a month ago max. Magic the Gathering Arena, they emailed out this thing to everybody saying, hey, here's stats, you know, if you're interested. I don't know who all has the email linked up or whatever, or online, whatever it needs to be. And it told me that I'd played more matches of Magic than 98% of the players on the game. And that really hit me, because I'm like, yeah, I could see being in the top 90%, being a content creator. You know, you should play a lot. But like 98%? That's crazy. I'm playing hella Magic. You know? I'm playing hella Magic. And it made me think about, like, that's kind of one of the things that pushed me into streaming, right? Because I got to thinking about, like, wow, I'm playing so much Magic off camera. Because I'd always like build a deck and then I'd go try it and whatever. But I found like building the deck and trying it on stream and modifying it on stream and going from there, it's been so much better. We have Karametra's Blessing, so I'm not terrified of what they can do here to a degree. I just don't want to lose so much health that like... Okay, so we just lose a creature. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Who plays Gideon Sacrifice in a fucking... You monster. You're an absolute monster, I tell you. Alright, so we're doing this and we're doing the Justice Strike, right? That, and then Justice Strike to give it like, yes, I'm sure. Now we get to heal all the way back up to 20. We take them all the way down to 13. Look at that!
Mistakes don't matter in the end. Obviously they do matter, just so we're all very clear on that. Alright. So I had a point I was making, I know, but sorry, I got caught up in the gameplay. What can you do, you know? Are they just gonna go for the Zenith Flare on my Stormwild? Because it only has 10 health, you know, and they have 10 cards in the graveyard, so you kind of look at it and you're like, yeah. Oh. Well, that's awkward. Gideon's Sacrifice, or Gideon's Triumph, whatever the fuck it is. Who would have thought that would be the card that brought us to our knees? I tell you, this person, they got something figured out that the rest of the world just don't quite know. That's alright. They are still down to 13. Now, they do have a Lourdes, and, you know, well, that certainly helps as well, because you just get to delete somebody, basically, when you have Zenith Flare. Tell ya, the things you can do in Magic the Gathering, ladies and gentlemen. Well, my best thing is to, like, Castle Embereth, try to work on the face. Try to take him down bit by bit. That's all you can do. We're not even in ranked, are we? We're not? I'd said we were in ranked earlier, but I forget we're not anymore. Alright, another Zenith Flare. Well, we'll resolve that. Cedric 81. Gonna be our next foe for the day. We got a Stormwild. And we got some God's Willings and some Alseids. I'm not gonna lie, I like my starter hand to be a bit flashier, but I'm not gonna turn down a Stormwild Capridor. That's just bad mannerism, if you ask me, you know? You get one of your key cards, you keep it. Now, I don't know if getting a Gideon Sacrifice necessarily in a deck like this is worth a keep, unless you also have the Stormwild and maybe a Deafening, right? And you're like, oh yeah, I'm totally doing this. I'm not gonna lie though, I think Stormwild has potential, you know? I think it has potential now, I think it has potential in the future. Depending, of course, because if they take out, like, Truefire Captain, then you really don't have anything else that bases itself off the same mechanic of, like, you wanting to deal damage to your own creature, so kind of take away, like, half the deck's creatures, or like a third of them, I guess. I'll go ahead and shock this in, just so we can get an Alseid, sure. We all know Alseids, they pay themselves back tenfold, right? They're never the card that disappoints you. They're always the cards you disappoint yourself with when you target your own creature and then select protection from the wrong color. Am I right? Anyway, Cedric 81, they're going for the Greminitia. I hope they're not playing mono red. You know, that's every jank player's hopes, dreams, wishes combined all into one, right? You're like, please no mono red, please no mono red, please no mono red. Now, we are going to have a Stormwild Capridor come down on the next turn, and we have the Deafening Clarion, so if it is mono red, we should be, you know, semi-well equipped enough to sort of deal with it, right? Maybe? We'll see. We're just drawing out a whole bunch of red mana, though. I gotta say, Stormwild Capridor up against mono red does feel fantastic, right? Because all the shocks and that stuff doesn't really work. You just build my goat. You build my bird goat even more. It is a bird goat, yeah? Of course it's a bird goat. I imagine, so here's the thing. I imagine these bird goats are extremely cute as babies, right? But I would not want to take care of this thing, you know? The feet look like chicken feet, and that's not a compliment. That's not a good thing, you know? Out of all the birds, you got screwed. You got screwed. I don't know what I'm talking about, people. So are we just gonna Deafening Clarion and wipe their Chandra Spitfire? More than likely. Wow, we don't even have the mana for Haktos because we just keep hitting mountains, huh? Alrighty, well, let's do it to it. Deafening Clarion, wipe the board. Stormwild Capridor will gain us some health. We'll get in some free ski damages here. Nice. that's when you reply with the thanks. I like when people actually use the emotes in Magic for non-annoying communication, you know? I hate that, as soon as you get in a match, good game. Okay, yeah, you know what? Fuck you too. But like, when someone can actually have a conversation, nice, that was cool, good, you know, GG, good job. Those are all, that's nice. That's nice to see. It's nice to feel. Question is, do I swing in here? Answer is yes, you bet your sweet ass I do. Can I, does this work? Do I get in? Yeah, okay. I mean, sure. I mean, it's either that or we save mana for God's willing, and be it that they're mono red, not too worried that they have any removal that can deal with Stormwild. Ooh, that cavalcade. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Cavalcade. Gotta say, that one didn't feel good. Now we're at the same place they are. And the fact that I can't seem to draw any more white mana is like crushing me on the inside. Let me assure everybody that is crushing me. Oh. We gotta hit them back with the nice, because drawing into a Chandra after a cavalcade is nice. It's one of the best feelings in the world. But now we're like literally hoping and praying that we hit like another Deafening Clarion, am I right? Something that gives us some life gain, really allows us to not die here. Alright, so this Chandra Spitfire is about to get huge, right? Bigger than life. What we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this over here, and we're gonna God's willing it from red. A plains. Oh wait, I was just saying I want a plains. If I turn it away now, who am I? But the plains also doesn't put us any closer to actually dealing with the cavalcade. If I don't take it, how much damage are we taking? We're taking 3 damage here, so we're going down to 4. Next turn, 1, 2. 3. Yeah, I don't know what else we have in the deck that gains life. That's the thing that's killing me. Literally killing me. Alrighty, well. We gotta go for the Truefire, I think. We do get to take out the Chandra. But now's the time where we just keep fingers crossed that they don't have another Chandra, right? Because that is, I think that's a GG. Oh, that hurts. Ooh. Almost targeted myself, even though it is, like, it's GG here. Cedric 81, you got us with the old classic Cavalcade mono red. Zovirax. Stormwild. Alright, I'll keep it. Don't flood me with mountains again, please and thank you, game. I'm asking nicely this time, okay, instead of trying to demand it. What are we looking for? What are we looking for here? Obviously, I want some more white mana. Another Stormwild is like right up there, right? After this game, I need to check to see what all other means of life gain I actually, you know, I don't appreciate that, and I'm gonna toss something that a lot of people aren't gonna be happy about. But when you're doing the things that I'm doing, when you're going for the stuff I'm going for, you do what you gotta do. So we're gonna get down to Stormwild Capridor. Now, obviously, our opponent's playing black mana, which means they could, you son of a bitch. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you, Zovirax. I'm not happy about what's going on, okay? I'm not happy in the slightest. Stay back, Alseid. Acting like you can do something. You remind me of my little chihuahua going in to fight something. Yeah, right. Alrighty, so can I get some more white mana? Game, por favor. That would be greatly appreciated. Alright, well, we're exiling the Alseid. Opponent's doing this to us. Hey, it's not any white mana, but it's mana that I enjoy nonetheless, so Get rid of all those annoying ass creatures before they start bouncing them and whatnot, and then we'll get in 4 damage with our Stormwilds combined. Now we're looking for, you know, yeah, get out of here, Zoverax. Ropes. God, I hope that's not true. I hope you don't rope us. So we have the Gideon sacrifice, but we literally have 0 creatures outside of that. Now I do really like our lands because they're split, and I haven't seen that in a while, I gotta say. Am I gonna regret this keep? Maybe. You know, maybe, potentially. Opponent's playing Witch's Oven with Loris. Well, not a fan of that. I do keep the land though because of the Fabled Passage. It's like I feel like that's a bad move to not keep it. And they have an Orzhov Enforcer with a Witch's Oven. This is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. We can Justice Strike the Orzhov Enforcer, of course, but if we have Stormwild Capridors just sort of going overhead, do we really care? At the end of the day. Of course, if we don't draw into any Stormwild Capridors, I guess then the bigger problem is we don't have anything to play anyways. Shut up, phone. I hear you vibrating. Should realistically move it away. Really? You're just... Okay. Yeah. I mean, props to you for having the balls, right? To just... You just lure us. Yeah. My question, do we go for the Deafening here? I always find myself wanting a Deafening, so I think we just go for the good old Justice Strike to take out their Loris. Like, what is the opponent? What you doing here, buddy? You have Call of the Death Dweller that you're just like, oh, use your removal. I'll show you a thing or two. Is that what's about to happen here? They didn't even Witch's Oven it. Ropes, buddy. As long as you don't rope me, I don't mind. I just want you to know there's some room to grow. Hey, Sentinel's Eyes for when we finally do draw that creature. That mystical bird goat thing that we've all heard so much about. Give me some white mana, please, thank you. Awesome. And then, yeah, we just Deafening. We just deafen everything. Kill them all. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That wasn't our main target anyways. We really just wanted to get rid of that priest. And getting rid of the enforcer is a nice little caveat, I do suppose. Alrighty, next to combat. We don't have anything to play, so we should just go ahead and pass on the turn. They're gonna go ahead and get down their kitty cat. So this is someone that obviously saw Loris played and saw somebody do some great work with it and decided they wanted to give it a go, but have not tried it out yet. So hopefully they'll pick up the ropes here. It's a little bit of a shame, right? Because they picked it up right at the end too. Ooh, and they got the Pride Mace, so they got some spicy life gain action going on too. Justice Strike, well, that's pretty good. It's still not a creature, but it's pretty good. I guess we'll gain some red mana out here just to diversify the field a little bit. I guess we wait on the Justice Strike, to be fair, to kill the Pride Mate. Alright. Okay, so they're sacrificing the kitty cat. They're going through the motions. If we lose just because the opponent has Witch's Oven and a cat, you know, I'm not gonna be surprised actually. I also am now realizing that I like to tilt this way. I need to like tilt the mic, so I quit talking at a weird angle to the camera. Y'all know what I'm saying. You hear the audio shift, I'm sure. And I'm sure it really fucks with it when I go to edit the audio, right? So anyways, we're gonna try to Justice Strike this at Johnny's Pride Mate. It's gonna go down quietly. I'm a little surprised, not gonna lie. Kind of expected a little bit of fight there. Ah. I see now. I was a fool before, but now oh, Magic, you crack me the fuck up. I swear I have deja vu right now. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Yes, yes. They're probably like, really? Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're just gonna play another Pride Mate? By the way, the Cruel Celebrant pretty much marks the end for us. They're gonna deal 2 damage here. When they sack the cat, they get to deal 2 more from, you know, Cruel plus cat. It's a slippery slope, that cat oven. I tell you, once you start baking a cat, you just can't stop. There's something about putting it in an oven and then getting it out, you know, after 350, 10 minutes. Make sure the oven's preheated, and you got this nice little pie, right? Could you imagine that? You bring a pie to someone's house and you just pull a cat out of the pie, and they're like, "What in the actual hell? What are you doing with the cat in the pie?" And you stop them and you're like, "What do you mean?" You don't even question the fact that I had the cat in the oven. Anyways, I think it's just a GG here. We literally drew 0 creatures all game. Oh man, that's a rough one. Anyways, replica. Sure. Why not? Oops. Already off the bat. My mistake. Already made something a mishap. Made it go haywire. So we are going to go ahead and get down the plains because, again, we've had trouble in the past getting these white mana things down. We're not going to shock that. And then, yeah, we're going to go for the Stormwild. I like the fact that we have Truefire Captains. Alright, so our opponent's playing Dimir. Elspeth's Nightmare. Ooh. You don't ever see that one coming, huh? You just sort of take it on the chin, though. Like a champ. Well, we can deal 12 damage on this next turn. Or... oh hell, they got a Glow Spore Shaman. You bastard. Okay. There are some cheeky plays we could do with Karametra's Blessing plus Justice Strike, but because I played Sentinel's Eyes, we couldn't do it here. But I needed to play Sentinel's Eyes, I think, in order to just get in damage, because our tricky plays I don't think would have worked past that since they played the Glow Spore. maybe. Let's see. 6, 5, 12. 3. No, we would have had 15 damage. And they were at 16 health, right? I think so. I think they were at 16 health and we would have had 15 damage, so we'd have been off by just a little bit. That's okay. We have the Karametra's Blessing, so we're at least good in that manner. And our opponent's playing Mutate, and they only have 1 mana left, so we're looking good. And I said it was Dimir. I was wrong, by the way. It's Sulta. I should have corrected myself when I first noticed that. But I was thinking. Decks like this where you can like deal surprise damage with your Justice Strike / Karametra's Blessings they're tricky. Oh boy. So we got it. We got the victory, the dubs. Oh, I guess I didn't even realize about the Mentor come last turn, right? Alright, so you swing in, you Karametra's here, and then you just Justice Strike to finish it out. No. Trying to say good game to somebody, you can't even say good game to him. Yes. Boop. There we go. We also had another Justice Strike, so if that wasn't enough damage, we had 5 more damage right here. Fantastic. Replica. Being a good foe, though. Being a great foe. Alrighty, so the matches are through. You've made it all the way. First off, congratulations, and thank you for watching all the way through the video. If you enjoy, which I'm assuming you did since you made it all the way through, please be sure to leave a like down below and a comment in the comment section if you have any suggestions on how I can improve this deck, or, you know, just in general my commentating style or any of that good stuff. Furthermore, if you're new here and you enjoyed the video and, you know, stayed all the way through, consider clicking that subscribe button and then the bell icon that comes out after you click the subscribe button, because, well, that's how you actually get notifications. I don't know why YouTube's made it a 2-step process, you know. Sorry if y'all hear the ambulance. It used to just be so simple, you know, you click subscribe and that tells YouTube, hey, I want a notification from this guy or girl or content creator. But now you gotta hit subscribe, you gotta hit the bell icon. Anyways, if you're looking to catch us live, hop over to twitch.tv/drspilkin, toss a follow. You know, I try my best to go live as much as I can, but I'm a very busy man with a very changing and fluctuating schedule, so, you know, bear with me on that. Last but not least, if you're looking for a Discord community to join up with that's, yeah, I'll say ever growing and ever changing, because we are constantly working on to try to make it better, more organized, more fluid with its like finding of information and where you want to chat and all that good stuff. Anyways, hop down in the description below of any of our videos. There will be a link, you can click it, launch you over there, and I do recommend you join up. Anyways, so the end of the deck tech, the deck rework, I need y'all, the people that watch all the way through the videos, comment down below. Let me know a good name for what I can call this section of our videos, where it's not the deck tech, but it's like the deck reworking. You know, if you want to try something different, this is what you try. So leave those comments down below. I'll take a gander at them. We'll try to figure out a good name for this segment of the videos, right? Anyways, excuse me, on into what, you know, the changes I would make, or some changes you can make, right? Because there's a lot of cards in here that I played in the last Gideon, or in the last Stormwild Capridor deck, and I think that they are perfectly fantastic, and actually I think that some of them are better than the cards played in the deck that I currently have. However, I wanted to try out a different technique with Stormwild Capridor, right, and see how well it worked, and I think I did gain a lot of valuable assets, but I do think that some of these older ones should remain in their place, right? So one of those being Perforos's Intervention. This is a card that I didn't play this second time around, as I felt it is pretty much a given in these Capridor decks. Like, you should be playing this card, and that's why I felt it was fine to cut it, because even if I cut it, people should still know, hey, I want to play this card, and if not, well, I'm telling you now. Perforos's Intervention, it allows you to deal twice X damage to target creature or planeswalker. Now, it's decent for a removal, sure, but the big coup de grace or whatever with this is you're able to pay 3 mana and deal 4 damage to your Capridor, and, well, now it has +4 counters. I was going to say +4 stats, but, I mean, yeah, it does have +4 stats. And, you know, so on and so forth. You
do it for 4 mana, then it's getting 6, and that's the beautiful thing, is it's doubling the damage, and so it doesn't really take a whole lot with Perforce's Intervention plus 1 timely placed Justice Strike, and your Capridor is just getting big as fuck. So Perforce's Intervention, I think it's a card that belongs in the deck, that I didn't play in the deck, and well, I'm just telling you about it now. Inescapable Blaze is one of these cards that I'm kind of curious about playing in this deck, and it's because it doesn't really have a home in any other deck. It's 6 mana, instant speed. The spell can't be countered. It deals 6 damage to any target. Now, 6 mana for 6 damage is just not a terrible conversion necessarily. I think there are better ones, but you know, generally if you're paying 6 mana to play something, you're wanting a little bit more. So I don't know. Maybe you can sideboard this in up against control matchups. I really like the fact that it can't be countered. That's the thing that I'm like, maybe it's more valuable than I'm you know, giving credit for. Anyways, moving on, we have Commanding Presence, Sentinel's Mark, and Glaring Aegis. If you're looking to go more, you know, feed more into that enchantment with Sentinel's Eyes and Karametra's Blessing, I highly, highly recommend at least Glaring Aegis and Sentinel's Mark, as they do give your creatures, like your Truefire and your Haktos, gives them more health, right? So they can actually live through that Storm's Wrath or Deafening Clarion or whatever. The being able to tap target creature and opponent controls is a nice little caveat, but you really care about that +1/+3 stats, because again, it makes your Truefire and Sentinels makes your Truefire and Haktos that much better. Sentinel's Mark is a great way to give your Stormwild Capridor lifelink in an emergency, and again, it makes it to where your Truefire Captain is now a 5/5 instead of a 4/3, and so you can Storm's Wrath, you can Deafening Clarion to your heart's content, right? And then Commanding Presence is, okay, one, it adds the health and the damage, which is cool, whatever. But the main reason I added this in here, and you might want to change it up, you might want to throw in Timely Reinforcements, or what is the other one? Raise the Alarm, right? The idea behind it is to play more into that Gideon sacrifice. So you're trying to get down tokens, you're trying to get down these little 1/1s, and then you want to board wipe, and then you want to, you know, Gideon sacrifice. And the reason you're trying to get down more tokens, of course, is because the more creatures you have, the more damage you deal total, and the more damage you deal total, the more you can redirect back to your Stormwild or your Truefire or, you know, whatever. So that's kind of the objective there with Commanding Presence, and like I said, something like Raise the Alarm. Now, you got to remember, I only have so much room over here in the sideboard that I actually want to work with, as I do have to scroll back and forth and back and forth. Anyways, on from the Commanding Presence and all that kind of stuff, Gideon Blackblade, I think, is an excellent addition to this deck, and one that I may be sleeping on, actually. The ability to give your creatures lifelink, vigilance, or indestructible, while also being indestructible himself, is very, very strong. Obviously, giving indestructible to something like your Truefire Captain allows you to play all your spells and it not die, right? Being able to give lifelink to a big old Stormwild Capridor can certainly keep you alive in certain situations. And then, of course, being able to give vigilance to your big old Stormwild Capridor can also save you in a lot of situations. So, now, if you're looking for more instant speed, like half removal, half buffing for the Stormwild, you could always look at things like Shock, like Response Resurgence. I really am a fan of Response Resurgence, right? It's 2 mana, deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. And here's the nice thing about spells like this. You can either use it on your Stormwild Capridor and give it 5 counters, which is obviously nice, or you can use it as removal if you don't have your Stormwild Capridor. Furthermore, with Response Resurgence specifically, if you pay 5 mana, you're up there in the end game and you have enough damage to end them, but you don't have enough turns, well, this literally solves that problem. So Resurgence says, creatures you control gain First Strike and Vigilance until end of turn. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. So obviously, you're able to swing in, attack. All your things have Vigilance, right? So they don't tap. Swing in, attack again, and hopefully that's enough damage to get your opponent out of there. Fling is a card that I played in the last Capridor deck. I think it performed very well. I think maybe as a one-off, you still wanted it in the deck, because those weird situations where you're able to fling the Haktos or your Stormwild Capridor has gotten that big and you're able to just fling it into your opponent's face, they happen, and they happen more often than what you'd really think with a weird, like, sort of janky, sort of serious deck. Like, I want this deck to be serious. I want everybody to know that. When I'm approaching this deck, I'm like, how can I make this deck the best possible? Which is why I chose to, well, basically completely rework it today, right? I think Stormwild Capridor has some substance to it, and I want to bring it out. Now, the reason I keep calling it jank is because I don't think that the rest of the community necessarily sees that, nor that I'm necessarily correct in saying that Stormwild Capridor is a good card. So, you know, it's all up in the air about, you know, who's right, who's wrong, and what's fun and whatever. Anyways, that is going to do it for the deck tech or the video today. I hope you all enjoyed. Again, please be sure to hit that like and comments, and honestly, just keep being awesome, because you are, and especially if you watched all the way to the end of the video, hey, high five to you. And I highly recommend, you know, hopping into one of our playlists. I've tried to organize it so Magic players actually know what they're looking at when they're looking at it. But yeah, hop into our playlist. There's always more content out there. I've been doing this stuff for a while now, so there's always more stuff that you can go back and watch if I don't currently have anything coming out. Anyways, again, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody. I'll see y'all either later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.